as they'd want to start him up for this
starting
game.
lineups first for the
Right here.
team, the Vikings of North Park University.
And right now, the announcers are going to go through the roster, the starting lineup
Number
for
2,
the
Ryan
Vikings.
McNaughton.
Yes, and we'll listen to the familiar
Number
voice
11,
of
Chris
former Wheaton College men's soccer play-by-play announcer
Number 15,
Noah Helm as he does
Elvin
the
Amidi.
public address.
Number 16, Isaac Blix. Number 17, Robin Halls. Number 19, Jonas Peterson. Number 21, Philip Lindmark. Number 22, Eric Kinhammer. Number 27, Alexander Adelson. Number 29, Frederick Greif. And number 34, Sebastian Pila. And now your starters for your home team, the Thunder of Wheaton College. Starting in goal out of West Chicago, the junior, number 1, Ryan Seeger. The senior out of Sellersville, Pennsylvania, midfielder number 2, Corey Weaver. The freshman from Urbana, Illinois, standing at 5'11", number 3, Adam Blackman. The junior out of DeWitt, Michigan, number 4, Dan Pavlak. The sophomore from Hawthorne Woods, Illinois, defender number 5, Matt Hussey. Standing at 6 foot tall, the senior out of River Forest, Illinois, number 9, Drew Goals. Defender, senior out of Mason, Michigan, number 10, Colt Martin. Standing at 6'3", 6'2", out of River Forest, Illinois, number 11, Jordan Goals. The junior out of Winfield, Illinois, number 16, Jason Lawler. Sophomore out of Delmar, New York, number 18, defender Steven Russo. And the sophomore out of Lansing, Michigan, number 20, Kevin Skinker.
Well, there's your starting lineups, ladies and gentlemen, for both sides, the Wheaton Thunder and the North Park University Vikings. Here is the national anthem. We hope. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The starting lineups are in the books. The national anthem is in the books, and we're just moments away from getting the first kickoff for this highly anticipated matchup between the Wheaton College Thunder and the North Park University Vikings. Both programs, Noah, have enjoyed being ranked in the top 25 numerous times, obviously, throughout their historic programs, and including the year of 2011. Wheaton got up as far as 10th in the NCAA polls and into the top 20 as well. In the National Soccer Coaches Association of America, North Park has been in the top 10 as well, but 5 draws for North Park. Six wins, no losses, but 5 draws. They've played even with a handful of teams this year. Wheaton, though, They don't want to play even. They want to win this game, but it's going to be a difficult one.
That is right, because you're going to see the Vikings are definitely not going to want to keep their 5-draw lead as they continue on to play right here. So you got to wonder about that, because usually when you have a draw, you have a full 90 minutes, and then you add on about 20 minutes of overtime. So you have to wonder what is going on with those teams. Were they just evenly matched and just could not break the tie? Were those nothing to nothing ties or what?
Well, we're underway. North Park moving from left to right in their road blue jerseys and white trim with white lettering, as well as their blue shorts, and Wheaton in their home whites with blue lettering and numbers and orange trim and blue shorts. North Park possesses. Far sideline as the chance begin. North Park controls. There's a pooch one in toward the right side of the box, working away around a man, but Weaver cuts him off. Weaver clears with the left foot in toward Jordan Goals, who's starting for only the third time this year, his second game back from injury. He was back in the Aurora University matchup, and now he's back against North Park. Jordan Goals touches toward himself, now feeds a through ball toward Adam Blackman, speeds his way in toward the goal. He gets cut off, and nicely done. Effective tackle by Alvin Amedi. Or Amedi, rather. It goes over the end line. It will be a goal kick for North Park University, as their fans are quick into their chance, to the tune of when the Saints come marching in.
Except they weren't Saints. I think they were talking about something else. Not Saints.
They must have been. The Wheaton faithful in full throat as well early on, and they expect to swell in number. The kick from Adelson sails over the midfield circle. Hits once to the ground. Martin starts in the defense. Tries to head it away. Could be taken by Jonas Pedersen. He's got 11 goals to his name. Pavlak, an effective tackle, touches to Jordan Goals. Goals tries to work around his man. Double team, getting shouldered off by Frederick Greif. Greif wins it. Slide tackle from Lawler. North Park still maintains possession. They've got 4 attackers. Here comes a ball pooched in toward Dan Pavlak, who heads it away out of the box. Controlled now at the fit of Philip Lindmark. Lindmark looks around, move around Kevin Skinker. Skinker sliding frame, but he's a very effective defender, and he clears it away over the out-of-bounds line. North Park maintains possession in their offensive third. No score, 2 minutes in from Joe Bean Stadium.
And already these 2 minutes have been explosive, to say the least. You got some really physical, you have a physical game out there. Coming in from the Wheaton offense and the defense of the Vikings, responding back to that.
The high throw-in came flicked in toward the net, but it got deflected away by the header by Pavlak. Skinker now still trying to press his man toward the outside, and it goes out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for North Park. But it looks like a foul called against Kevin Skinker, rather. It will be a free kick for North Park University. Free kick coming from about 15 yards from the end line and near the far sideline. North Park looking to strike early. They've had a lot of good balls punched in toward the top of the 6 during the year. Here it comes, sliced one into the middle. It's free for a brief moment. Slices its way over the face of a goal. No one touches over the end line. Ryan Segerwell.
Somehow that just kind of slid right through both offense and defense, and you could tell some of the Vikings were just sort of exasperated with that play as they sort of let it go. A very key opportunity for them to get something into the net with only 3 minutes into this game.
Very key moment indeed. Goals looking to shoulder off a man. He's getting his jersey held. Nothing called. Weaver now near sideline. Weaver looks around a man. Pass to Russo. Russo works his way toward the top. Looks to drop it back, but it gets intercepted by Pedersen. Pedersen drops it back for Greif. North Park looks to counter. Good tackle made by Adam Blackman. Blackman, the freshman, wins the ball again. Now he's dribbling. He's got goals to his right. Blackman still at the top of the 18. Unleashes a left-footed shot. Skims its way over the turf surface and over the end line. Out of bounds. Goal kick coming up for North Park University.
That was the first shot on goal for the Thunder. A little bit too far out to be really considered effective. But right now we have a Viking on the floor, on the ground.
Philip Lindmark took a spill. He still remains down on the ground. Now he's getting helped up by his teammate.
The play will resume as nothing was called for that.
Now there was no foul awarded to either side. It's Adelson starting in his first game in goal of the year. Pavlak wins the header at the middle circle. Touches to Goals. Feeding Lawler. Lawler looking to work around his man as North Park intercepts, but Goals wins the ball to Drew. Drew Goals. He gets triple teamed in a hurry. Ball ricocheted around the middle circle. Possessed by North Park. Frederick Greif. Right foot slider over toward Robin Halls. Intercepted Weaver. Weaver looking around, working around his man. It's going to be a very physical match, and we've already seen that earlier on. Foul called against Isaac Blixt, the freshman forward from Oskarshamn, Sweden.
Don't even try.
I'm not going to try. I mean? Sorry, guys.
High schools with about like 14 letters in their names.
Hussey will take the free kick about 10 yards to the offensive side of the midfield stripe. To the approach,
Looking
the boot.
for the box, 18-yard box.
Top right corner, Blackman looking to shield off a man, but it could clear it away. And nicely done by Lindmark. Toward the middle circle, Martin trying to win the ball. Martin gets there. He'll drop it all the way back toward the top of the 18. Coming in, sliding over is Pedersen. He looks to win it. Seeger gets in front of him. A lot of English on the ball. Seeger clears. Blackman looking to keep it in play. He will not be able to do so. But Noah, what a dramatic moment as Seeger barely beat Pedersen to the point of attack.
Talk about miscommunication right there. Colt Martin looking to try and get the ball back to his last defender. Didn't give it enough power, and the ball just sort of left hanging in limbo between Seeger and the Viking offense. So very kind of touchy. We're just wondering where the heck is that ball going.
Here comes Drew Goals now trying to return the favor, and coming hard out of the goal over the top of the 18 was Adelson. He cleared it, and it's going to be a foul against Drew Goals. Adelson still on the ground. Adelson came charging over the top of the 18, and he came and met Goals at the point of attack, and Adelson cleared it. Foul called against Goals. The referee explaining to Drew Goals what he saw. It looked to be a little bit of arm extension on the part of Goals. Goals clearly denies it. Tough to tell from where that was. No cards awarded, no cautions.
Which is surprising so far. Like 6 minutes, 6 minutes into this game, we're seeing a very physical game. I think historically, both these teams have met pretty hard, like in terms of physicality. A lot of emotions running up, and so far the ref has not called anything. And right there, we just saw Adelson flying 6 feet up into the air.
Stepping over the ball now was McNaughton. Now it's played in the top left corner. Skinker, though, is able to work around a man and clear it over the end line. It'll be a corner kick, the first of the game. It'll be for North Park University. 39-12 remain first half. No score from Joe Bean between the Vikings and the Thunder. Stepping over there to look to take it will be Robin Halls, the sophomore forward. He'll set that down there on the circle. A serious scoring opportunity here for North Park. They've got 5 blue jerseys. Now 6 come and join in the box. Opportunity to perhaps run that 2-touch play. Touch to Pedersen. Here comes the cross. It's a low liner. Top of the 6. Cleared away with the foot of Jordan Goals. High and out of bounds. Jordan Goals clears it and effectively done. It'll be a throw in for North Park. Still on the edge of their offensive third. Ball played in near sideline to Lindmark. Lindmark working around Skinker. He drops it back to Amedi. Change of direction now by McNaughton. Near sideline it comes. North Park looking to bring it sideline. Here comes a long cross over the face of goal. A touchback toward the top. A header missed. Still on the ground. Jordan Goals comes over and touches a man. Lawler clears. Lawler feeds Blackman a counterattack possibility for the Thunder. Played back to Lawler. Lawler sprinting in. He's 30 yards out. He's unleashing a shot, and he scored it! Jason Lawler scored it from 30 yards!
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the score. That was the goal of this year. What a perfect example of a counterattack played extremely well. Precisely to say, I cannot believe that went in there 30 yards out.
Jason Lawler, his first.
Straight into the back of the net. Adelson had no chance. What a response, ladies and gentlemen.
Wheaton leads it. Boy, the first corner kick of the game for North Park was cleared away, and Jordan Goals put it high into the air. It was taken. Lawler fed Blackman, who sped his way over the midfield stripe. He went back to Lawler, who dribbled it the rest of the way. And boy, what a shot by Jason Lawler. What a goal. North Park now looks to counter quickly. And the flag goes up. It's a foul called against North Park. Offsides, rather, called.
You can correct me on that with the effectiveness of shots taken from far out. That was, you're right, about 30 yards out of the goal, straight into the back of the net. Far left of the goal. Well, beautiful shot.
Adelson was positioned on the left half of the goal, or excuse me, well, for Adelson, his left half. And Lawler just punched it to the right. A man falls. Again, that's Lindmark. He's been on the turf a handful even in the first 10 minutes of the ball game. It's a 1-0 lead for the Thunder. 37-10 remain first half. What a big-time goal. This free kick now taken by Pavlak, though, clears it with a header. Lindmark looking to win it. He feeds. It touches to McNaughton going back to Lindmark, but Pavlak clears with the right foot. Now angling down a header is Amity. Martin looks to win off the ball in the middle circle. He pushes off his man, and Chris Grahn now feeds. Blackman looks to flick on a header, but no one's at home but blue jerseys as Amity gets to it. He's playing the left defender as Drew Goals brings one-man pressure. Jordan Goals is the other attacker. Amity now shoots one, splitting the field. Trying to win that ball back and forth is McNaughton. Skinker, though, controls. Skinker dribbling through the middle circle. Goals touches now to Russo. Russo plays far right sideline. Adam Blackman controls on the edge of the offensive third. Blackman works around a man. He still has it. Brings it toward the 18. He dribbles into the 18. Blackman using his speed. He gets cut and tackled from the ball. It goes over the end line. Corner kick, Thunder.
They keep me on my feet right there. I mean, right there, Blackman fighting with Amity for the ball. That would have been a very dangerous situation for Amity. As anything, as the player goes down in that box right there, it's an automatic penalty right there. So Amity's going to have to be very careful with the amount of force that he kind of gives to his defense.
Weaver and Blackman running two-touch. Weaver will simply take at the corner. And great ball, a header toward the goal. Sails flat wide to the left. Whew.
Can't imagine what a second goal at this point would do for the Thunder right now. 2 minutes or so after that first,
again, artificial noise makers are not allowed if they're used. They will be taken in return
for
at
the
the
Vikings.
conclusion of the game. This does include vuvuzelas and drums.
Now, Adelson will take this kick. Gets into it. Wonderful leg of Adelson. Weaver trying to win it. He's called for the foul as he was pushing off his man in Robin Halls. Weaver called for the foul. There'll be a free kick coming. About 10 yards on the offensive side of the midfield stripe for North Park.
As they look to move it about 10 yards away from where they were supposed to have been put.
Goals is a one-man wall from there. A kick by Greif sails in toward a flick-on header. Will sail across over the end line. Interesting opportunity there for North Park. North Park has the ability. They have a knack of making things happen, although perhaps not the greatest percentage of opportunities, but any offensive chance they get, they seem to come close to capitalizing with.
Well, I mean, if you look at the way that their shots are they're really effective. The shots that their passes in, right there, that indirect kick came very close to being headed in by the offense as they ran in. So their shots, their passes and their shots are very well placed. So, the Wheaton defense is going to have to look out for those.
Skinker throws it in from about the midfield stripe. It's now in the offensive half, the attacking half for the Thunder. They lead 1-0 thanks to a 7-minute goal by Jason Lawler. Blackman falls to the turf. He still wins it. The quick freshman is outside the 18, and a tackle is made and nicely done by Sebastian Palat. Ball's thrown into Martin. He crosses one high and in toward the goal and spearing it with a leap. And effectively done by Adelson. 6'3" freshman is Alexander Adelson. He's in goal again. He's played in 3 games, but this is his first start against North Park University. For North Park against Wheaton. Ball is headed back and forth. Lawler puts one high into the air. Martin looking to win it. He touches to Lawler. Lawler loops a pass far sideline for Blackman. Blackman getting cut off the ball by Palat again and out of bounds. So the attacking by Blackman proving effective again as the Thunder have possession at the edge of the offensive third. Blackman directing traffic before he throws it in. Now he fires top corner. Goals one touch, trying to go back, but it gets cleared away. Coming off of his man is Pavlak. North Park controls, looking for the counterattack. They punch it in toward the top of the 18. No one's at home but Ryan Seeger. Seeger will clean it up for the Thunder. 33 minutes flat remain in the first half and a 1-0 lead for the home team. A high boot. Goals tries to help it on. North Park clears with a header, but it goes behind toward the top of the 18. Jordan Goals bringing some pressure. Gets cleared away at the last moment, but it's at the feet of Lawler. Lawler, similar position where he was last time. He'll shoot again. Not surprised. You could see it in his eyes. He wanted a similar opportunity just on the other half of the field from a similar distance, but it was far left.
Hungry for those shots. Now, let me remind you, those kinds of shots reason why we're just so ecstatic about it is because those don't happen too often.
Not successfully.
That's what I'm talking about. Those kinds of goals don't get scored too often. Most goals come from within the 18-yard box. That one was quite the minority.
A ball played now about 20 yards from goal at the top. It goes back and forth. The North Park man is down. It's free in the top of the box. A high into the air is Seeger. And Seeger has to retreat as he came off his line. Now a left-footed attempt at a shot will sail high, wide, and hit the roof of a bus next to public safety. There's been a handful of North Park players down on the turf numerous times already. The referee is going to stop play, and he's going to bring both Pavlak and the North Park member over, as Pavlak was the one who was caught in that little mix-up. The lead official now, he's talking to an animated Elvin Amity, and Amity will come over and discuss things between Pavlak and the head official, and it looks like it's just going to be a warming, and Amity is still pleading his case as he is doing, and Pavlak is just standing there. The lead official pretty animate with his ruling. No card awarded, no caution. Seeger will have a goal kick from the top of the 6. He lines one over in the direction of Steven Russo, who heads it high into the air. It's headed back and forth. It goes over the midfield stripe, now winning it at the feet of Jonas Pedersen. Foul called against the Thunder. North Park controls. Free kick to be taken just on their defensive half of the midfield stripe. It looks like it will be an indirect set piece coming for North Park. Now they're into it. High, and it's sailing in toward the top right corner. Trying to track it down now is Halls. Halls down the corner being shouldered off by Weaver. Now it's played in the top of the 18. Free for a brief moment. But Skinker nearly got a foot to it, and he simply touches it to Lawler, who feeds Blackman. Has a man on. Blackman works around him. Nicely done. And again falling to the turf is Lindmark. That's the 5th time he's down there. Weaver controls. He's dribbled all the way into the offensive half. Works around another man. Weaver cutting his way to the top of the 18. Comes right side. He falls to the ground. No foul called. And it's cleared away. Pavlak angles a header. Middle circle. North Park controls. They're looking for an opportunity to counterattack, but Hussey does a wonderful job of getting to the ball first. He directs it towards Skinker. Lawler now trying to loop another pass toward Blackman. He's got Drew Goals there too. Blackman will get to the ball after it ricochets around the legs of Amity and out of bounds. Blackman will have a throw in at the edge of the offensive third. 30.5 minutes, first half remain. Now Goals has it. He crosses a pass. It'll land on the ground to Jordan Goals, and he just had it, but he couldn't touch it and maintain possession. I believe Jordan anticipated a touch away by the defender, but it rolled under the defender's foot, and he found himself with the ball, and just like that, the split-second opportunity is out the window. It'll be a throw-in still, though, as the ball got cleared away. Kevin Skinker will take it. He fires one in, middle of the 18, headed away and effectively done, but Skinker gets it back. In the top left corner, Skinker still with it. Works around a man, works around another. Dribbles his way into the 18, but finally cleared. Finally cleared. Lindmark now has it. Lindmark punches one toward middle circle. Lawler receives the intercepted touch. It passes. Blackman goes one touch with Lawler, but gets denied. Now it's played at the foot of McNaughton, who clears left side, one-on-one opportunity. If Hussey can get there first, he does, and he'll angle the clearance out of bounds, and it gets deflected off a North Park player. And out of bounds, Philip Lindmark got in front of that clearing attempt by Hussey, and the Thunder will have a possession with a throw-in in their defensive half. 29.5 minutes remain. First half 1-0 thanks to a dramatic goal shot from Jason Lawler that sent this crowd and the press box into a frenzy.
This place almost came down from all the excitement. You got to wonder why the ref hasn't been calling so many fouls, or at least pulling cards out. You would expect him to at least have that. Well, there's been a lot of confrontation out on this field, and it looks like he's going to call his first for the game. Pulls a yellow out on Drew Goals.
So Goals
earns his first yellow of the game. That's the first in this match. Again, it's a surprise. He hasn't been doing that.
Drew Goals and Jordan Goals were playing very physical defense on the far sideline, and Drew has been awarded the caution. Here comes a ball toward the top of the 18. Russo wins the header. Played toward the midfield stripe. Chasing it down is Greif. Greif works around a man, but Russo's there with the left foot. Intercepted. McNaughton. The pressure of both Goals brothers is there, though. He drops it back to Kinmahammer. Near sideline. Russo intercepts again.
You need to brush up on your Swedish.
I do apologize.
Come on.
North Park controls. McNaughton plays near side. Moving right to left is Blixt, but Hussey meets him at the point of attack and clears it away. Out of bounds. North Park will have a throw-in the offensive half.
Blixt has definitely been able to split the middle a lot, as he's been left quite open many of the times. Wheaton defense is going to have to pressure in on that.
Greif fires into Pedersen and falling to the ground and falling hard
How that wasn't...
was Russo, and he's down on the turf, and there was
No.
extracurricular activity as Pedersen shoved Russo to the ground as soon as he even was down. Or that, no, excuse me, that's not Russo, that's Pavlak. Dan Pavlak. Boy, Pavlak is one of the most competitive players on this team. There's no doubt about that. There can be nothing that does but just increase his anger. Now, in a match like this, Noah, you know as well as anybody with your soccer background, it is hard to keep your emotions under control in a match such as this.
Oh, no, you told me I was probably the worst. No, definitely on the field, there's a lot of emotion, especially when you have another team that's equally emotional and into it. That's just going to aggravate the situation even more. So if anything, if there's a weakness for any of these teams, it's going to be the rivalry that's set between both North Park and Wheaton.
North Park hosted the match in the regular season last year, but Wheaton won that match. However, North Park got him back in the CCIW tournament final game to earn the automatic bid to the national tournament right here at Joe Bean Stadium. Now North Park controls. Ball's punched toward the top of the 18. A man's behind the defense. Offside flag goes up. And that was quite obvious, although Lindmark is appealing his
Viking
case.
is ridiculously incensed, although, look at it, he was about 6, maybe 5 yards offsides.
Sure.
Not sure why he was called. Looks like we're going to be having our first substitute of the game right here. Chad Musgraves waiting on the line. Looking to sub somebody else on this field.
Seeger booms the
27
free
minutes
kick
left.
to the offensive half. Falling a skinker, out of bounds it goes to North Park. And a quick throw and taken. Pavlak is the man on. Pedersen clears with the left foot. It slices its way out of bounds, and it's going to stay with North Park. The Thunder defense retreats. 26-40 first half, as you mentioned, Noah. Chad Musgraves, a frequent starter on this team. He'll substitute at the next opportunity. This ball is punched in toward the 18. Hussey thought about clearing it. Now he'll just let it roll over the end line. That'll be a goal kick for Ryan Seeger.
For the Thunder, number 22, Chad
Sub
Musgrave.
coming in for Jordan Goals. Chad Musgraves looking to replace him up in the far left. Our near side of the field as a striker for the Thunder.
Jordan Goals, the roommate of Chad Musgraves. As Musgraves comes on to relieve Jordan. It's headed on now. Far sideline, Blackman will let it sail out. North Park
Into the game for the
last
Thunder,
touched
number
it.
17,
Second
Mitchell
sum for
Parr.
the Thunder right here, number 17, Mitchell Parr. Looking to replace Kevin Skinker on the right wing in the defense.
Mitchell sporting those bright neon yellowish green cleats,
They almost look radioactive to me.
a la University of Oregon football. Parr will take the throw-in. He steps and into it, fires it. Middle of the 18, helped on toward the goal by Drew Goals, but into the arms of Edelson. And he'll rifle a throw in the direction of Halls. One-man pressure with Weaver. Weaver faces him toward the sideline, a through ball. Musgraves trying to win it. Musgraves does to Hussey, back to Chad. Plays near sideline Weaver. Weaver will dribble along the near sideline, brings it over the midfield stripe. There goes Corey. And the senior still with it. Changes possession, but he lost the ball as he fell to the turf. And winning it is Kinhammer. Played middle circle. Helped on with a through ball to the top of the 18. Hussey was the closest one to it, and he lets it go to Seeger. So Ryan Seeger now has it. Near sideline to Lawler. Lawler, even near sideline. Weaver, offensive half now. Musgraves changes direction, fires Russo. Wanted the through ball toward Weaver near sideline. Couldn't hit him. Out of bounds, North Park throw-in, defensive third. Under 25 minutes remain in the first half. A 7-minute goal, unofficially 7th minute, from Jason Lawler from about 30 yards out is the difference right now. Goals looking to help that one on, but it was denied by Kinhammer. Midfield stripe it goes back and forth. Pedersen looking to win it. Pavlak gets to it first and rifles it back to Seeger from the midfield stripe to the goal box. Seeger approaches, clears away. Blackman looking to win the header. He helps it on nicely to Drew Goals. Wheaton's been winning those balls in the air frequently here in the first half. Now Parr trying to go over the back of his 17 counterpart. But Robin Halls will be the benefactor as it sails out of bounds. North Park has a throw in offensive third. Pedersen plays behind. Now a through ball opportunity. It gets checked up by Colt Martin. It's outside of the 18 right now. Back and forth. Martin is the one-man defense there. Coming against Chris Grahn. North Park still controls. Grahn falls to the ground. Foul called.
Grabbing the ball as soon as he falls. He definitely was anticipating that foul. Surprised that wasn't called for a handball.
He sold it, and it'll be a free
He
kick.
definitely sold it. Ref took it.
Here it comes, the low liner, and cleared away nicely off the foot of Cole Martin. Out of bounds. Martin getting a lot of touch on that ball.
There's one thing you can be sure of after this game. Both these teams are going to be extremely tired. The speed exhibited by both these teams are just, they're really pushing themselves in terms of the sprints back and forth up and across the field. Yeah, definitely. They're going to be tired after this game.
They are indeed knowing. I'm sure they were anticipating calling in as a foul has been called against Robin Halls. And Ryan Seeger will take the goal or the free kick. And he's into it. The artificial noisemakers continue despite repeated requests not to from the public address. Musgraves controls, sprints right side, looking to work around him, and he gets upended. Foul called.
Didn't even have the ball, and he was flipped over onto the ground and right in front of the Wheaton stand. Now that is something you just must not do in front of the Wheaton fans. Foul your own player.
Now Corey Weaver looks to be the man to set up this potential set piece. It's from about 25 yards out of the 18.
At the same distance Lawler scored his own goal.
Yes. Weaver setting up as the white shirts bustle around in the middle of the 18. They approach the left foot, punch into it, and the closest one to it, and spearing it out of the air is Edelson. A little too tight to the goal, and Edelson speared it. 22 minutes remain in the first half. Edelson, a booming drop kick. Lawler and Hussey are there. Lawler will help it on toward the goal, and Seeger comes over to clear as Pedersen was the one man down there offensively, as Pedersen shouting very animated verbal signals to his team. Now Musgraves controls off the touch from Lawler. Slide tackle, Musgraves still controls. He plays it back to Russo. He brings it across. Russo now plays far sideline. Blackman at the top of the 18. Blackman cuts his way in toward the middle. Try to work around a man. Denied. Still at the top of the 18. Foul called against Adam Blackman. Well, the crowd doesn't like it. Adam Blackman, very effective attacker. He gets called for the foul. North Park will take the free kick from their own 18. There's the booming liner over the skyline, and there it falls. Pavlak working around a man. Foul called against North Park as Pavlak won that clear. There'll be a free kick for the Thunder on the opposite side. Referee blows his whistle a little bit, and now he wants to come over and continually to talk to Robin Halls. He's done already a couple times in the match today. Coach Giuliano now coming over. He had potential substitutes about to come into the game. He sends them to the bench. Matt Hussey will come and take this indirect. About 8 yards shy. Now, how does the midfield strike?
The way it is, I do not know. We've got about 20 minutes left in this first half. Wheaton still has to hold on to the lead.
Punched into the 18. Weaver looking to win it, clear it away. And back here it comes. Colt Martin heads a touch toward himself, clears with the left foot. Touching with that near side touch line, out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for North Park. Musgraves was the first substitute of the game. North Park has not substituted to this point. Russo helps a header on toward Musgraves. Goes over his head, cutting off the ball is Frederick Greif, and it goes out of bounds as Musgraves takes a hard spill into the North Park bench. That's not a bench that you want to take a spill into. Back and forth it goes, and Goals wins the ball, trying to play a through ball to the top corner for Musgraves. Musgraves cuts off a man, and it gets cleared over the end line. Corner kick coming for the Thunder. Under 20 minutes remain, and Joey Lynn and Nathan Jasper.
First sub for the Vikings right here, number 30, David Dowwood from Illinois right here. And two subs for the Wheaton, number 19, Joey Lynn, and number 6, Nathan Jaspers.
So Nathan Jaspers, who saw his first action of the year against Aurora, he's been out for a long time with injury in the latter half of the season last year and the first half of the season this year, but he's back. A former starter for this team. Blackman and Weaver looking to run a two-touch play. Blackman touches Weaver, back to Blackman. The cross, middle 18, a header toward the goal, cleared by North Park. Musgrave's trying to track it down in that far sideline. He does. He touches one away, gets cleared. Now a potential counterattack as Pedersen trying to win that ball, but Weaver recovers. Still in the defensive half of North Park. Tracking it down is David Daywood, who just came into the game. Now back to Daywood it goes. Hussey clears him off, or rather Weaver. Foul called against Weaver as Daywood took a spill. Boy, it's pretty much my job is to announce about 30 seconds of action until we get ourselves to the next whistle. Is the yellow
Weaver
card out?
earns his own yellow card right here. These are 2 for this first half. Both of them earned by the Thunder, surprisingly, as you've seen a lot of confrontation out here on the field between these 2 teams. Just an incredible amount of emotion coming from pretty much every player out on this field.
Frederick Greif will set up the play. Goals and Weaver, the 2-man wall in front of him here. This ball will be played from about 30 yards out near sideline. The lead official now giving some warning before the play gets underway. Blows his whistle. The approach, the right foot looper, in toward the 6. It's headed toward the goal, and it's free, and it's a goal scored for North Park. We're all tied up.
Again, when we're talking about the precise hits that this team has been able to get into the box, that was a good example of that precision that they've been able to manage throughout this whole first half. And Wheaton now looks to try and break this one-goal tie between these 2 teams, because they were not able to hold on to their lead. With a 1-goal lead.
With 18:44 remaining, that was a beautiful set piece. It will be double assisted thanks to Frederick Greif's indirect kick from about 30 yards out that he looped, and it was helped with a header toward the top of the 6 by Philip Lindmark. He'll have the assist, and Eric Kinhammer scored the goal. We are all tied up. 18:35 remaining first half. 1-1 ball game from Joe Bean, but didn't you expect anything different? Musgraves now controls. He's about 30 yards out. He gets cut off and nicely done. Effective tackle by McNaughton. Weaver looks to win it, but it's taken by Greif. He changes direction, plays far sideline, sails his man out of bounds. It'll be a throw for the Thunder. So we're all equalized at 1 apiece. The goal from Kinhammer came at the top of the 6, and it was headed into the back of the net as Seeger came over to the left post to try to deny a potential header from Finland. Here's a left-footed shot. It's cleared at the top of the 6. The keeper, Adelson, had to go off his palms, and it was free underneath his legs from about 3 yards out, and Drew Goals was one-man pressure there. That would have been an interesting play, but Adelson recovered.
And that is quite a cannon that he delivered right there off his left foot. You know, Adelson did look pretty unsure about himself as he caught that. Then again, to the sides, it probably would have been a little more effective.
North Park now with possession. Played in their offensive half, but Hussey gets to it, or rather Jaspers. Jaspers' left foot changes direction, going in the direction of Blackman, but it's touched down by Sebastian Palat. North Park controls. McNaughton tries to help it on, but it assails his head. Jaspers rolls near sideline. Weaver, offensive half for the Thunder in a tie ball game. Jaspers sails near sideline. It comes his direction. Jaspers controls. He now will fire left-footed cross to Drew Goals, who wanted the header, but it flipped off his head and sailed past Blackman, going across the face of goal and coming hard to try to deny the clearing attempt was Mitchell Parr. It's off of Parr and out of bounds.
And number 32,
Right here, the Vikings are probably finally bringing in more of their substitutes right here. Number 9, Effie Restrepo, and number 32, Sigurd Preeser, replacing number 11, Chris Gran.
So Sigurd Preeser, freshman midfielder, he's into the ball game.
And also number 21 coming off the field, Philip Landmark.
As Landmark's off as well. Ball played in the defensive half for the Thunder. 16.5 minutes remain in the opening half, and it's already featured a lot of range of emotions. Wheaton got on the board first with a 7-minute goal from Jason Lawler. North Park recently answered 2 minutes ago with a header goal scored by Eric Kinhammer. And North Park controls middle circle. Blackman touches away, gets to Russo, who gets almost shoved to the turf, but Russo still wins it. Helps to Parr. Parr sprints far sideline. Parr still making his sprint. He stops about 20 yards from goal. Now lifts a left-footed Parr to the corner. Goals just missed the header wide. What a beautiful ball from Mitchell Parr. And Drew Goals' attempt at header to the upper 90 just sailed past the post.
That's the second opportunity right there that Wheaton has had with those shots. The crossovers from the corner, they've definitely worked for the Vikings, as that's where they've gotten their first goal, but it could definitely work here for the Thunder as they cross that ball over into the middle. All you need is an effective head-on from Goals or from somebody else in the middle.
Musgraves looks to touch this one away, but Greif wins it. He makes a sprint over. Weaver gets in front of his pass near sideline, out of bounds off the deflection. Greif will have the throw in. You get that feeling, Noah. A few more opportunities with balls like that toward Drew Goals' direction. One of them might come in as Drew Goals in the 90th minute of the game in regulation when Wheaton was down 2-1 last year in the CCIW tournament final. He scored a header off a corner kick to keep Wheaton in force overtime before North Park finally won it 3-2. Here's a ball played in the near side channel, but Weaver gets a foot to it, controls to Russo to Jaspers. Jaspers rolls the ball around his right foot, falls to the turf. Foul called against North Park, much to the chagrin of Robin Halls. Yeah, Coach John Bourne telling Halls, hey, forget about it. You'll get a lot of those calls in a game such as this. Hussey will take the indirect kick in the defensive half, foot and into it, sailing toward the top of the 18. Russo helps it on with a header in the direction of Goals. Goals helps to Blackman. He goes with a header, and it just sails wide as the head of Adelson got to the ball. Boy, what a volley. What a volley. It'll be a corner for the Thunder.
I'll bet you anything our next goal is going to come off a header. We've had so many of those happen in the last 5 minutes.
Blackman and Weaver will run a two-touch play with 14:10 remaining in the first half. There comes Blackman. Touches to Weaver. Blackman, the crossover. Header opportunities helped on. Over the face of goal it goes, and it sails over the end line. It will be a corner kick for the Thunder. Last touch by the Vikings. Boy, that set piece from Hussey that was headed away. It was helped on by Jaspers, helped on by Goals, and then a header shot from Blackman nearly carried the keeper, but the hand of Adelson got to it and cleared it away. What a save by Adelson. It'll be another opportunity for Weaver. And now Musgraves. Weaver, left foot in swinger from here. Opposite side, loops one, top of the 6. Header toward the goal, sails wide by Drew Goals.
2 opportunities right there for the Thunder off their corner kicks. You know, those are definitely some chances for them to be able to get a goal.
Now, Frederick Greif is now down on the ground. He's going to ask for time. Time is stopped, 13:12 remaining. And Noah, I will ask you this as a somewhat informed man of international soccer, but it has been clear that there have been a lot of North Park players that have been on the turf much, much more than the Thunder have. In fact, I haven't seen a single Thunder player yet fall to the turf, and now time has been called numerous times for North Park players. Is there anything to that?
Well, you know, I have no idea. I know it's definitely something you would find a lot more in South American soccer where you have that.
Here's a ball toward the top of the 18. Hussey got in front of that attempted shot attempt. He helps it on to Blackman, who tries to help it on to Hussey, and Blackman is shoved to the turf, and he's holding his left knee. That didn't hurt. I mean, that did hurt. That didn't feel good, but Blackman is going to get up, and promptly done. Caution card awarded.
Viking number 29, Frederick Greif, has been cautioned.
And Frederick Greif has been cautioned. That previous question, though, was out of any attempt to indict anybody.
Well, I mean, like, if you look at soccer played in some other parts of the world, you're going to see that used more as a strategy to kind of earn you some more time.
Undoubtedly.
Or just kind of chip away at the morale of the other team.
Hussey helps one toward the top of the 18. Goals looking for a similar header to what he had before. Cleared away with a foot. Now Parr looking to cut it off at the top of the 18. Parr shoves into a man, and now Parr is getting into it. With Cedric Sigurd Prieser, the ball is still loose now, top of the 18. North Park controls, slide tackle, Horton made, wonderfully done by Jaspers, helps to Weaver. Jaspers, what a slide tackle, feeds Russo. Boy, Prieser was trying to send his man down to the turf. Jaspers helps one near sideline to Weaver. Weaver, he's about 40 yards from goal. Now he dribbles, he's got some green in front of him to work with. Now helps it pass in toward Blackman. Blackman into the 18. Blackman tries to help the ball in, cleared away by the foot by the foot of Greif over the end line. Another corner kick going for the Thunder.
Wheaton, number 8, Jason Botta.
Number 8, Jason Botta coming in to replace number 4, Dan Pavlik, giving him a breather out there on the field. Right there, great opportunity for just a shot. When you're that close to the goal, just take the shot, even if you have players around you giving you pressure.
Here it comes, Blackman and Weaver. Perhaps another two-touch. Blackman, yes, here it comes. Loops one, middle 6. North Park gets to it first. It's free at the top of the 18. Foul called against the Thunder. And it's called against Nathan Jaspers, who in frustration, he was in a headlock with a North Park player, and he had the ball, and he abruptly took himself away. Boy, Jaspers, he has to try to perhaps control that anger a little Well, he's not in the wrong there.
So if you're in the right, you should just release your anger. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not sure what I'm saying.
You know, the question would be whether any of these teams, I mean, we know what the Thunder is like against others, but the question is whether the Vikings sort of play this way against other teams, or is it really just the Thunder?
Well, I'm sure
it could just be this is special chemistry that only goes on between these two teams.
I have no doubts that must play some role. Perhaps North Park is a physical team to begin with, but Wheaton, they want to be a physical team. The Thunder want to be that physical team that wins those balls in the air, that wins those free balls, the 50-50, and that they will knock you around and do it to an effective pace. The ball is out of bounds. Mitchell Parr will have the throw-in. He fires one in, trying to lead Chad Musgraves, and it's headed away, and nicely done by Elvin Hamady. Still played in the offensive third for the Thunder.
In terms of 50-50s, the Thunder has done a very nice job at winning those, surprisingly more so than we have seen in previous games.
Parr rifles one in with a throw-in. A header helped in toward the 6. Weaver trying to win that ball. Gets cleared away by the Vikings. Helped in by Russo. Back into the mixer it goes. Played out at the foot of the midi, but Russo wins it. Taps his way around a man. Now will fire a left foot chip in the direction of Adam Blackman. The keeper is out, and he'll let it sail over the end line as Blackman gave one-man pressure. Christian Rosenberger.
13, Christian Rosenberger.
He'll enter the game. The senior Adam Blackman will take a breather as we're under 10 minutes remaining in the first half.
And what could have been a great opportunity for a shot there, Wheaton offense took it more as an opportunity to just pass it. A bit of frustration here from the press box as we could have seen a second goal off a shot.
The score is tied at 1 between North Park and Wheaton. In the initial conference match for the Thunder, North Park's already played a couple. This is their third. The ball was helped toward Jason Bada, who's substituted in the game. Goals looking to win it, but a good slide tackle keeps possession for McNaughton. Played to Greif, now near Sudley. North Park still controls in their offensive half. Now with the ball is Halls. He plays middle. Pedersen has it. He fires a left-footed bending shot, and he scored it. What a shot by Pedersen. What a shot. It got past Seeger. Pedersen, an amazing goal. North Park leads it. What a bending shot into the upper 90.
Oh, man, I am without words right there, Judah. That shot was 1 in a million. North Park player just controlling his ball, being able to just kind of...
Scored by number 19, Jonas
Peterson. Right there, that's the man we were looking for. One with 11 goals now, 12. Bringing in home a very nice shot. Just, you can see the excitement on his coach's faces as they are just... You don't see these kinds of shots too often. He was given a wide open opportunity and just took it. This would be very hard for the Thunder to come off of. The fans are taking it very well. For the team, this will be a little different as we have 9 minutes left in this first half. We have all second half.
Peterson has been awarded a caution. The Thunder fans responding to that. But the caution, or without the caution, the goal was an incredible one. An incredible goal from Peterson.
So wait, he was cautioned for that goal, or
perhaps for his celebration following it as the ball is rifled near sideline.
You're probably not allowed to take your shirt. That's probably what he did.
North Park played now. Ball is helped in toward Drew Goals, who fires one toward Jaspers, works around a man, punts the ball toward Rosenberger, played near sideline. Here's Musgraves at the top of the 18. He helps one in toward Weaver. Weaver across. An opportunity sails over the face of goal. And it'll be a goal kick coming up. 8.5 minutes remain, Bull. But what the scoreboard has not changed yet. It still says 1-1, although it should be 2-1. And North Park faithful, quick to remind whoever's task that is here at the press box that
it is probably because
they have 2 goals
to put that up there.
And there it goes. It's finally awarded to North Park. Interesting call there. Now Russo on the other side, he wins the goal kick. It's fired in the direction of Drew Goals. He plays it back to Jaspers. Jaspers has had effective minutes all game long. Pushed off the ball. Foul called against North Park before they could get it going. It'll be a free kick taken for the Thunder at the midfield stripe far sideline. Jaspers takes it and quickly punches it middle circle to Bada. Bada rolls one to Goals. Goals stepped over the ball and he rolled over his ankle, but it's played back middle circle. North Park controls. Moving left to right, a beautiful ball played near sideline for Halls. Halls controls. Weaver is the one man that he needs to beat, but Halls works his way toward the end line. Weaver runs him down, and it's off of Halls and over the end line. Good defense by Weaver. Seeger will have a goal kick coming up with 7.5 minutes remaining in the first half. A 2-1 lead for the visitors, North Park University. North Park, as we mentioned, coming in with a record of 6 wins. They have not lost a match this year, but they've had 5 draws. In CCIW action, they're 1-0-1. For the Thunder, it's their first game of the year. Seeger's goal kick high over the midfield stripe. It sails once unabatedly to the turf. Jaspers now wins the ball, fires into the back of Musgraves. Musgraves ricocheted it high into the air. Now it's played at the feet of Precer. Back and forth over the midfield stripe. North Park controls. Russo gets to it, and he'll help it back into the box to Seeger. Those can be dangerous plays, especially with the attacking forwards of North Park when you try to help that ball back to your keeper, Noah.
Oh, yeah, you can definitely see the frustration with Seeger as he's clapping his hands at his defense, getting them to realize, hey, those are dangerous passes we cannot afford to have. And right here, a substitution in for the Vikings, number 37, Marcus Fodstad, coming in for number 19. Jonas Peterson has played an extremely key position here in this first half.
He sure has. His 12th goal.
Coach giving him quite a hand for that goal that he brought in for the Vikings not too long ago. 6 minutes left to go in this first half. Score of 2-1. It's the lead for the Vikings of North Park University.
Now Wheaton took the initial lead off a wonderful similar goal from Jason Lawler that he powered through inside the left post for his goal in the early portions of the ball game. But North Park has responded well with 2 goals of their own. It's fired in the defensive half. Hussey clears high and into the stands. It'll be a throw in for North Park and the edge of their offensive third with 5:45 remaining in the first half and a 2-1 lead for the Vikings. Punched in near sideline. Working around a man is Greif. He leaves it. There's a shot, but it's into the arms of Seeger. He scoops it up. That shot taken by David Daywood. But Seeger positioned himself nicely. Smothered it for a save. His boot comes over. It's won with a touch by McNaughton. Back over the offensive stripe now. For the Vikings, they move left to right, and they control far sideline. Here's a through ball punched in toward the top of the 18. Hussey works around a man, clears away. Foul called against North Park. Hussey will take the free kick coming up. About 15 yards from the end line. Under 5 minutes now remain in the first half. Seeger now approaches. He'll take it, and he gets a low liner into it. The header is won and nicely signaled by Amity. But it's touched away by Weaver. Rosenberger back to Corey. He'll punch back to Christian. Works around a man, a tackle. There's a second tackle by Davewood, and a foul called against Rosenberger. Davewood drew the call. There will be an indirect kick now coming for North Park. Using the large leg of Frederick Greif. He's a freshman defender, is Greif. He approaches, and a simple chip near sideline and into the channels. It's helped on in that direction by Effie Restrepo, sophomore forward, but it's into the arms of Seeger. Restrepo came in as a substitute a few minutes ago. Number 9 for North Park. Seeger, a high booming kick. It is won down there by McNaughton over the midfield stripe. Weaver will get to it near sideline, punches a left-footed pass in the direction of Rosenberger. He changes direction with a header toward the middle, but McNaughton wins it. Now Jaspers comes as pressure played in toward the middle circle, winning it back, but Russo claims it again for the Thunder, punches back into the offensive half. Now a left-footed chip pass coming for North Park in Restrepo, near sideline, looking to cut off a man as Parr. He does successfully out of bounds. No, it's still in play, and it's kept in toward the middle to Russo. Russo, he'll drop it back to Seeger. Seeger, a one-touch clearance over the midfield circle. Jaspers looking to win the header. Goals called for the foul as McNaughton fell to the ground. Goals has not been given any benefit of the doubt as he tries to win those 50-50s. He'll be physical, but with his 6-foot frame, boy, well, yeah, he's getting called for those fouls.
Especially when you've already been given a yellow card, it just seems like the ref sort of almost paints a target on your back. So the very little that you do could be considered a foul. Right here, we're going to be having a substitute coming in soon. Kenneth Fees, senior.
A good, interesting substitution from Coach Giuliano with 3 minutes remaining in the first half.
We haven't seen him too much in previous games, so
Ball played over the midfield stripe to McNaughton. McNaughton helps it along near sideline. 2 blue shirts are down there. Hussey looks to clear it off. Hussey will let it sail over the end line. Great defense by Hussey. Goal kick coming up for Ryan Seeger.
Substitution right here. Tennessee coming in for Drew Goals. Try to give him some space so he doesn't earn that second yellow card. As soon as you get that second yellow card, you are slapped with a red and you are out of the game. And given a tournament, you are out for the rest of the tournament with a red card.
Ball played, ricochets over the middle circle. Joey Lynn wins it. First time we've called Joey's name, the sophomore defender of the night. He helps it along middle to a Rosenberger, but clearing it away with the right foot is Eric Kinhammer, who has the first goal of the evening for North Park. His header, with 18 minutes remaining, equalized it at 1-1. It's now 2-1 North Park with 2 minutes remaining. Lynn punches one middle circle, but it gets intercepted and touched away by Amity. Now played. Oh, here's an opportunity. He's about 20 yards out. A right-footed shot. Hussey got in front of it and cleared it away. What beautiful tackle from Hussey as he clears it over the end line and intimately is congratulated by Joey Lynn. That attempted shot was about to come off the foot of Robin Halls, but Hussey, as he's done all year, beats him to the punch. Now Hussey.
Halls, who is attributed to being one of the better assistant to goals for the Vikings, just had his shot deflated by Hussey.
Here's the kick, a good ball in toward the middle, headed away. It's stopped loose at the top of the 18 and cleared over the end line.
And that was by number 9. Restrepo. I wonder where that shot was going to.
Now the ball was sailing toward that far sideline, and the ball boy was in play before the ball rolled out, so we weren't sure if it was going to be a goal kick for Seeger or a throw in deep in the defensive third for the Thunder. Ball boy making a crucial mistake, and now
poor kid, he's only like 9 years old.
The ball is helped in as the referee resumes play, and North Park has been forced to roll it out of bounds, and it is out of bounds, so it'll be a throw-in for Mitchell Parr, and he gets into it with a sprint in the defensive half. Foul called against North Park. A minute remain. Here comes
1 minute remaining in the first half.
1 minute remaining. The Thunder trail 2-1. Hussey looks to take this indirect kick. He quickly rolls it middle circle to Rousseau. Rousseau touches away to Bada. Bada sets it up middle circle, left foot chip toward Fees. Fees touches one into Musgraves, and coming out is the keeper. Fees, a left foot shot toward the goal, but it sails out to this 6-yard box, headed away as the keeper gets back on his line. Weaver possesses to himself. Weaver getting pushed off the ball. The whistle hasn't blown, cleared away, up back toward the middle circle. Boy, Fees had a left foot touch that wasn't quite in the direction of the goal, and it sailed over the 6. Now ball is played. Weaver cuts off a man, gets in front of it. 20 seconds remain, but it's going to be cleared away by Daywood. Played near sideline. North Park, perhaps one last counter. Lynn goes high into the air to clear the header. He falls to the turf. Foul called against North Park. Quickly resume play. 10 seconds remain. The countdown is on. Out of bounds. The ball for Mitchell Parr evades his grasp.
Whew. That is the first half of tonight's match. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a full, extremely emotionally full first half right here. 2-1 is our end for the first half. The goals in chronological order right here. Wheaton scoring in the first 7 minutes of the first half with Jason Lawler. A beautiful unassisted shot about 25 yards out of the box. Beautiful shot. Then followed by the Vikings scoring 26 minutes into the first half off of Eric Kinhammer. The free kick header pass to the head. And then our last, with 35 minutes left to go, or better said, more like 10 minutes left to go in the first half. Jonas Peterson, who scoring his 12th goal, shooting from 18 yards to the upper left corner of the box. Beautiful curving shot. Judah and I didn't know what to say with that shot.
Well, we sure didn't. That one gave North Park a 2-1 lead. Now we're back in play, ready for the second half. Martin now possesses middle circle. Lawler. Seems to be similar lineup from what we had before. Pavlak, Hussey, Martin, Rousseau, Lawler, Skinker, and Adam Blackman far side. Jordan Goals, Drew Goals into the ball game. Corey Weaver far side midfield. Lawler controls now. Near sideline trying to chip a through ball into that right channel. Now it's ricocheted back into the feet of Russo. Cleared away with the touch by Chris Grahn. Grahn now possesses Martin, looking to spear it away. It's played near sideline. Hussey trying to get there. He heads it away and out of bounds before Philip Lindmark could get there. Lindmark, who had an assist off that double assist on that set piece from Frederick Greif to Philip Lindmark to Eric Kinhammer. Lindmark headed it to Kinmarker, who headed into the back of the net. It's a 2-1 game for North Park. They possess. Here it is near sideline. Punch near toward Lindmark. Back into the middle it goes from McNaughton. He had it punched away. Palat now. He's also a starter. He'll be the near sideline defender. Weaver plays middle to Russo. McNaughton brings pressure. He gets it, flicks it to Blackman. Blackman to the ground. Outside middle circle controlling is Daywood, who was a substitute in that first half. He starts the second. Pavlak gets a foot to it, chips it near sideline. It's gone back and forth really in the middle third for the majority of the opening portions here. The first minute 20 of the second half. Fired back into the offensive third. Peterson rolls one to Lindmark, who helps it along toward to Grant. Lawler working with Grant. Grant still wins it away. It's down on the ground. Foul called, and it's against Wheaton as the coaching staff for North Park put their hands in the air, and they get the call. Now Peterson and Pavlak are interlocked together, and Pavlak will come out, and now Peterson is going to, he's simply going to let himself lay low, and the coaching staff told him not to get up. That was pretty clear, as Peterson was about to get up, and his head coach said, nope, stay down. And Peterson is staying down. He was interlocked with Pavlak down on the ground, and neither one really wanted to get up for the sake of
wasting time, you would say.
The wasting time or being afraid of.
In this case, because the time is stopped, it's not necessarily wasting time.
Well, they just want to be careful with their best goal scorer.
The other team, yeah.
There'll be a free kick now taken for North Park. Their offensive half up and into it. It's going to line its way in toward the middle, and Pavlak had to clear it away with a header. It sails over the end line. North Park will have a corner kick. The Vikings now moving from right to left as we see it above the press box at Joe Bean Stadium. Wheaton moves left to right. It'll be the first corner kick of the second half, and it'll be for North Park. 42-45 in the ball game. Here it comes. It's lined in toward the top of the six. Seeger put a hand up. It sailed over his hand, and over the end line, it'll be a goal kick for Ryan Seeger. Those corner kicks, it was 5-2 in the favor of the Thunder, who also outshot North Park 8-5 in that first half. That was the third corner of the evening for North Park, but it sails over the hand of Ryan Seeger, untouched by any player. And Seeger will have a goal kick. 42.5 minutes remain in the ball game. 2-1 North Park.
And even though the Vikings may have a lower statistic in terms of corner kicks and shots on goal, you're still going to find that the Wheaton Thunder defense is going to have to, really tighten the bolts and nuts on their defense, because those shots are coming in really precisely. The corner kicks are very well placed, and they're responding with some very key headers.
Ball is rolled back and forth and out of bounds. North Park will throw in defensive half. Fired over the midfield stripe, trying to get to it to Skinker, but it's first touched away by Lindmark. Play near side, foul called against the Thunder. Another free kick will be taken for North Park in a similar situation as they were just a few moments ago. To take it will be Sebastian Palat, the senior midfielder. Palat surveys his options from here about 40 yards out. And a low liner again. They earned a corner kick out of this last time. It's rolled off Skinker and over the end line. And it'll be another corner kick for the Vikings.
And you can see they're trying to feed it too with these corner kicks and their indirect kicks. And that is generally going to be number 21, Philip Lindmark, and number 19, Jonas Peterson, that they've been a little more key players for the Viking team in terms of shots and goals.
Here comes the set piece. They'll just roll in a little dribbler, and now a low liner across to the top of the six, cleared away by the foot of Pavlak. Back over the midfield stripe it goes. Now punched back in toward that direction by Palat. No one's at home. Seeger will clear it on a bounce. Seeger, drop kick, booms one near side. Palat gets ahead to it, as does Skinker. Now Martin looking to help it on, but Daywood controls. Martin touched it away from Daywood. Weaver cuts it off middle circle. Weaver out of the middle circle. He'll drop one for Skinker. Skinker getting some pressure now. He rolls it to Blackman. Blackman was going in the direction of Lawler. Blackman controls. Now looking to feed one toward Drew Goals, and he's thrown off his side mark by Elvin Amity. Played in the middle circle. Weaver looking to fire a left foot ball in toward the channels and is cleared away. No one's at home there for the Thunder, and simply letting it roll over the end stripe will be Palat. A goal kick coming up for Alexander Adelson. Adelson playing a pretty effective first half. His first start and goal is tonight against the Thunder. The first shot, though, against Adelson was a goal from Jason Lawler at the 7:02 mark. Since then, he's played fantastic. Ball's helped on with a header off of the Thunder out of bounds. It'll be a Viking throw-in in their offensive half. Coming on to take the throw will be Palat. He's got a couple options. Goes near sideline to Peterson. Pavlak interlocked with him, and it's off of, well, I guess it's off of Pavlak. Peterson now trying to win this ball against Pavlak. Very physical matchup there. The referee awards no foul here. It's near side corner. We said play on. Chipped in toward the 18. Daywood now rolls it all the way back to the corner. Daywood working around Jason Lawler. Daywood near sideline. Lawler forces him out of bounds. There'll be a goal kick coming up for the Thunder. Seeger, right foot boot into it. Coach Giuliano, giving some advice and instruction to his defense. Lawler trying to win that ball, but he gets cut off. An effective tackle by Chris Grahn. Now he rolls the ball toward the top of the 18, rolling around. Now he has possession, and over the end line it will be a corner kick. Yes, a corner kick awarded for North Park as Robin Halls nearly got loose of Matt Hussey. Was about to fire a shot. It's a third corner kick of the second half for North Park. Sixth of the game, as they now have overtaken Wheaton in that statistical category. 38.5 minutes remaining in regulation. North Park a 2-1 advantage. Here's the corner. A high liner. Opportunity for a header, but it sails everyone. Lindmark had a sail over his head. He was the closest one to it in the back portion of that attacking half. Out of bounds. Lawler will take a throw.
You got to give it to the Wheaton defense in terms of, especially with Dan Pavlak and Corey Weaver marking extremely well on their offense, as the Vikings have somehow just come into the second half with a lot of fire and a lot of speed.
They sure have. Is taken now at the top right corner of the 18. Working around a man is Halls, Robin Halls. He rolled it off his leg over the end line. Seeger will have another goal kick, though. Deep in the second half. These two teams, don't be surprised in the least if we see them battling it out in the CCIW tournament later on in the beginning of November. However, that is quite a ways away. Wheaton won the regular season matchup a season ago in Chicago. North Park, the conference tournament matchup. Goals helps a header toward the direction of Jordan Goals. Now it's played at the feet of Drew. Drew rolls one. Adam Blackman now. He's going to try to track it down in the corner. Blackman does. He'll turn around, hoping for a cross. It's a little too deep, though, in the box, and it's cleared on a hop, speared by Adelson.
I think that is what has been most difficult for the Wheaton Strikers, as they've not been able to split the middle as effectively as some of these other teams right here. And they're left mainly in the corners, crossing them over.
Dan Pavlak working on Peterson and doing it well in the second half. It's going to be a physical task for Pavlak, but he's up to it as he cuts off that pass before it gets to Peterson and clears it away. Now Martin, a left foot kick into it. High into the air it goes, and it's a header. Russo crashes hard to the turf, but he helps it along to Jordan Goals. Here comes an attack as Jordan dribbles his way into the offensive half. He's still dribbling from 30 yards out. He fires a shot toward the right corner, trying to duplicate the effort by Lawler, but it sailed well wide.
It's a great effort on Jordan Goals right there, dribbling extremely well, combined with a really good amount of speed, being able to beat out his Viking opponent, taking a very nice shot, With those, it's very easy to just kind of send it high, but no, it was straight through, not going above 4 feet. In the air.
He struck it well, that's for sure. His Goals tries to help on a return header again. Played board at the top of the 18, getting to it, but Blackman fired a touch into Jordan Goals. He tries to cut off a man, but clearing it away and effectively done is Kinhammer. Weaver cuts off that chance to clear, though. Weaver still possesses, looking for a foul, none called. Now played far sideline. Goals cuts his way into the middle, passes it into Drew. Drew trying to work around a man. He's going to help it in toward the goal. Sails over the face. Kept in play by Blackman. He's in the 18. Blackman cuts his way in. Tries to cut it in with a left-footed shot, or a cross rather, but it gets denied. Skeeker, though, controls. He's got a couple North Parks on him, and North Park will clear the opportunity to Peterson. Pavlak's on him quick. Still in the offensive half for the Thunder. A throw in for Wheaton. Boy, what a close opportunity that was. If Drew Goals tried to help that ball in, but he was getting pushed off the ball by the defense. Double team, as he always is. Blackman takes the throw. He'll help it in toward the direction of Russo. Slide tackle made, and well done by McNaughton as North Park possesses. Out of bounds, the Thunder will take a throw. Pavlak comes over to take it. There's a man-to-man defensive scheme that the Thunder have employed ever since the California trip, and it's worked effectively as opposed to that zone scheme that they were playing earlier on. And Dan Pavlak, he has the job of marking up against Jonas Peterson for the remainder of this match.
Yes, especially effective when you've got some personalities on the opposing team, such as Peterson and Kinhammer, right, out on the field. So, yeah, that man-to-man, while it is quite a tough job to have to, like, stick to your man throughout the entire game, you know, the zone is a lot more easier. But it doesn't work as effectively when you got some strong players on the other team.
An interesting call here, a foul called against the Vikings. It will be an indirect kick for Corey Weaver from about in between 25 to 30 yards away from goal, but near sideline. He sets up a lot of blue and white shirts facing in toward that middle portion between the 6 and the 18 where they meet. The crowd brings some noise. There's a two-man wall about 10 yards out, or exactly 10 yards from Weaver. He approaches the left-footed zoom. It's on the ground. A back heel flick as a header comes in toward the goal. It's loose for a brief moment. No one's going to get to it. Sliding over and clearing it away is the North Park defense, and it's helped out. Peterson has the ball. He's working by himself. Pavlak is nowhere to be seen because he was in the offensive attack. Peterson changes direction with the ball. Now Halls has it. Halls trying to go back to Peterson. Weaver cuts it off. Here's an opportunity at the top of the 18, but a missed shot opportunity there. Russo, a back heel flick, and effectively done to Lawler. Possesses. Now attacking is the Thunder. Jordan Goals trying to trace down that ball before it goes out of bounds. He does. He stops possession. He'll cross one in toward the 18. Looking for Jordan Sales with the faces between Blackman and the keeper. The keeper gets to it before Adam could. Oh, goodness knows what an opportunity. The keeper, though, Adelson, he busted off his line to go and take that ball as it sailed over the face. Jordan Goals undoubtedly looking to cross it to Drew Goals, who drew a double team. Blackman was free as it sailed everybody, but the keeper, Adelson, got to the ball between that 1 and 1. A chance now. Intercepting. Great tackle, Russo. Middle stripe. He'll try to help it on to Drew Goals. He had Adam Blackman near sideline. It gets intercepted. It's deflected off the head of Colt Martin. Out of bounds. 33 minutes remain in the ball game. 2-1 North Park still leads from Joe Bean Stadium as North Park trying to get their second win in the CCIW. They have not lost a match. They've tied in 5. They've won 6. Peterson being worked off the ball by Pavlak. Peterson just helps it on to Daywood. Daywood works around Russo. Goes back and forth. A wonderful slide tackle by Martin, but he's called for a foul. Martin cleared it away with a slide tackle before Chris Gron could help it on. Gron is still on his hands and knees. Martin's called for a foul. He doesn't like the call, and now head coach John Bourne is in an animate conversation with the lead official. There have been many such conversations between both sides, granted, but the lead official...
Conversations, yes. You got to ask the question, why haven't we been calling too many fouls out on the field? And it's probably just because you don't want them to keep on piling up, because as soon as you start calling more, they're just going to add on as we go on throughout the game.
There is no one to guard the post on the weak side. Giuliano wanted it. Now here comes a set piece of ball in toward the middle. Goal! North Park headed in. North Park takes a 3-1 lead. Second goal of the game for Eric Kinhammer. Well, he didn't score coming into the game. He had no official goals to his credit, but he certainly made up for it in this ball game. Eric Kinhammer, he has 2. That header off the set piece, off the foul by Colt Martin. North Park takes a commanding 3-1 lead.
North Park goal scored by Eric Kinhammer, his second of the game.
If you're a Wheaton fan, you're going to be very dejected right now. But even more so is Mr. Ryan Seeger in goal. You could tell that was quite a surprise to him as the Wheaton defense just sort of let that slip through. Ryan Seeger was right there in position behind the ball. But given that his defense, he was expecting his defense to kind of stop that from going in, and they just let it slip on by. And Ryan Seeger had, just could not react quick enough right here. We have a substitution coming in for the Vikings, number 37. Marcus Flotstad, number 6, Nathan Jaspers. Coming in for number 18, Steven Russo. Placing him there in midfield.
No, you got to credit North Park with wonderful execution of these set pieces. That's twice now that they've scored on a free kick from similar distances. And
No, those are the plays that'll get you the most goals. The precise indirect kicks, and more so is the response from the offense, the strikers in the box, and as they were able to get in there, even though they do draw some fouls. We got a Viking striker coming off the field.
Well, the fans of North Park have definitely been into the game. Now, the kickoff has not come because, once again, coming off the field is Philip Landmark. He was injured, and then both trainers were out to help him off the field. Now he's finally coming off the sideline. His replacement, like Noah said, Marcus Fodstad, freshman defender, number 37. Wheaton, Blackman trying to help a ball in toward goals. Touches it away from a slide tackle. Cleared back. Played at the feet of Grun. North Park a 3-1 advantage. Pavlak clears it out of bounds. There'll be a throw-in coming for the Vikings and Sebastian Palat. Palat fires it in the direction of Peterson. Pavlak right on him. Blackman comes over to double and win the ball. Out of bounds, Thunder throw. Pavlak to take it. Pavlak yelling out of frustration, wanting somebody to throw the ball to. No one's open right now, and he'll go near side to Blackman, who heads it back in the direction of Pavlak, and it goes out of bounds. Boy, that is not what you want. North Park will have a throw-in. Easier said than done, though. There's no doubt about that. Fired in near sideline. Coming in possessing is Fodstad. Into the 18, cleared away nicely by by Hussey. Another throw-in coming for the Vikings. 30 minutes, 45 seconds remain. Still plenty of time to come back in this one for the Thunder. Ball touched back in toward the top of the 30. A long right-footed shot, and Seeger makes a dive and clears it for the save. That shot by Daywood, eerily similar to the shot by Lawler in the 7th minute, but Seeger was there.
And then again, Lawler's shot was a lot more indirect, as it was placed more to the left side of the goal. This one was a little more direct, straight on to Seeger, and he was able to get to it.
Seeger will take this kick. Top of the 18. Ball is played. And toward the middle, Jordan Goals helps a header on toward Drew. He's quickly surrounded. Jordan looking to chase it down. Goals, Drew now. Drew trying to possess. Cleared away at the last moment. It'll sail over the out-of-bounds stripe. North Park will have kept in play along that far sideline. And now it's out of bounds, and the Thunder will have the throw in their offensive half. Jordan Goals fires it in quickly before substitution could be made in Mitchell Park. Its ball is still in play. Daywood, though, has the ball at his feet in his defensive half. Plays toward the middle circle. Peterson tried to help that one on. It was denied by Weaver. Some English on it. Good in middle circle. Grotz now trying to split it with a through ball to Peterson. Hussey up to the task. Clears with a left foot. Touchdown by Nathan Jaspers is into the game. Jaspers took a man down. There's no whistle blowing yet. We'll see what happened there as Weaver now fires a left-footed pass. Jordan Goals trying to track it down. He's being wrestled down by Greif, but it's still out of bounds. The Thunder will have possession with a throw-in far sideline. The whistle now has blown. Substitution going to come in is Mitchell Parr and Skinker. Kevin Skinker, the sophomore. The siren hasn't blown, but now it has.
17, Mitchell Parr.
Coming in for Skinker, who hasn't been playing too strong in that position. Given that he's that position right there is really needed, as the Vikings have put a lot of pressure on those wings and in the middle. And, especially since we've been doing a one-on-one defense, you need that individual strength and speed to keep up with some of these Viking players.
You sure do, as the ball is thrown into the 18, takes one hop and then is cleared away. And number 4 gets to the end line, cleared high into the air, near side, or far sideline rather. Trying to win that ball is Jaspers. It's punched back in that direction by Weaver. Blackman lets it fall once to the turf, and he's called for the foul. Boxing out his man, trying to win that ball. Kept his man from winning the header. Blackman tried to turn around. He was whistle blowing against him. 28 minutes, 15 seconds remaining in regulation. A 3-1 lead for the visitors of North Park University at one time. Ranked 8th nationally. But due to their long streak of draws, They've dropped out of the top 25. Back heel flick, nicely done. Daywood, slide tackle effective by Hussey. Clears that attempt from Daywood. It'll be a throw-in for North Park. The Vikings 6-0-5. Wheaton's the same number of wins, but they're 6-5-1. North Park gives up possession and sails out of bounds. Mitchell Parr will have a throw-in. He'll fire near sideline looking for Blackman, who dummies it on. Look for that back heel flick. North Park now controls their offensive half. Roll toward Peterson. He helps it along toward Fodstad. Fodstad wanting to cross. He has the ball down, and great defense coming from Mitchell Parr, who falls to the turf, and a foul is called against Fodstad. Now at some point, when a defender falls to the ground, the referee forced to blow his whistle more times than none. Fodstad guilty of that. Seeger takes the kick in the goal box. Ball is a wonderful header, won by North Park's Sebastian Palat. It goes back and forth as Lawler tried to win it. Daywood helps it along toward Peterson, but Pavlak shoved him off. Hussey controls. Steven Russo will come into the next available opportunity. Hussey fires one near sideline. Cut off by Palat. Jaspers tried to win it. Nearly got his hand. Palat controls. Jaspers now cutting off Daywood, as is Blackman. Palat clears with the right foot as Blackman and Palat fall hard to the turf, and a foul call is against Adam Blackman as he's jawing with Palat a little bit. As the freshman Adam Blackman, he's not about to give up any ground to nobody. One of the hardest competitors on this team by far is Adam Blackman.
Stepping up to, there's a number 15, Ahmedi.
He's not about to back down, and he was John with Palat as well, who's a senior. This ball is helped into the top of the 18. Jasper is trying to track it down as it goes back toward the midfield stripe. Lawler controls. Lawler's got one goal to his credit. Try to split the double team with a pass, but North Park got there first. Daywood, a beautiful little back heel flick, but no one's at home. It would have been effective if someone was there. Pavlak helps it to Parr. Parr near sideline, cut off with a double team and forcefully done, but Pavlak keeps it in play. Whistle blows. Foul against the Thunder.
We've seen way too many fouls on this side of the field. The near side here, for some reason, the Vikings have been able to draw a lot of those fouls, whether that's due to
where their bench is located, perhaps?
Yeah.
Tough to call. However, it's another free kick from this position, and it's looped in towards Seeger. Takes one hop, and Seeger has to punch it away. It's still kept in play, and over the end stripe, it will be a corner kick for North Park. They earn another corner kick out of a foul on this near sideline in the second half, Noah.
Yeah. They've definitely been able to kind of switch the boards in terms of corner kicks and shots. As Wheaton held the higher number with the shots in the first half and the corner kicks, this half is completely different.
Well, thankfully for the Thunder, the corner kick ruling was overruled by a foul, and Seeger took the free kick out of the box and goes back, but North Park wins it. Back and forth, Pavlak flicks to clear, and he ran directly into Marcus Fodstad, not playing the ball, but playing the man, and it's free kick quickly taken toward Peterson, who helps in a header, but Seeger watched it sail wide of the goal. Boy, a quick free kick taken by North Park.
Drawing foul after foul on this side of the field. You got to wonder what's going on with this offense right here. Number 18 for the Thunder coming in, Steven Russo, replacing Lawler.
Now the ball is played by Seeger over the midfield stripe. Jordan Goals tries to head it in toward the middle circle. Daywood is there. He'll help it along near sideline. Tracking it down is Palat. Called his name a lot, especially in this second half. Parr intercepts. Parr plays it toward Jaspers. Palat is there to deny it. Played near sideline is Goals trying to win that ball again. Here's a through ball, but Weaver gets in front of it with a right foot placed to Russo, who just entered the game. Russo turning the corner, goes back to Weaver, far sideline, plays toward Goals midfield stripe. Goals shows off a man, wins possession, does it well. Goals tripped up as he falls hard to the turf. That's a foul against Vikings, and time's been stopped. Another caution will undoubtedly be awarded.
The ref is reaching into his shirt pocket, yanking out the yellow for the Vikings. We have not seen that enough in the second half. The ref is finally pulling some cards out.
So Robin Halls gets the caution. Free kick, Hussey to take it. He'll simply roll it near sideline to Parr as they look to build. Parr will strike a left footer in toward the top left corner of the goal, and it just sails the crossbar barely. It was struck well from about 40 yards out by Mitchell Parr. Undoubtedly not a high percentage shot, but it looked a lot better than some that we see.
You can tell he was definitely looking for it. Right here, the Vikings are bringing in their number 21, Philip Lindmark, coming in for number 17, Robin Halls. Both very key players for the Vikings. If you look at what the coaches for the Thunder have been telling their team, is to keep the ball low, the passes, especially off the goal kicks. Those long shots have not been, the Thunder have not been winning the 50-50s enough to make those long shots effective.
Goals trying to help on a header into the defensive half, and it's finally cleared away with a long right-footed boot by Amity. Thunder will have a throw-in offensive third. 23 minutes remain in the ball game. North Park leads 3-1. They led 2-1 at the half, and then got a second half goal, the second of the game for Kinhammer, and that's the 3-1 difference. Fired into the 18, a header helped on Musgraves, a left-footed shot sails past the post over the face. He just misstruck it. Goal kick coming up for North Park.
Number 9, Effie Restrepo coming in for the Vikings, looking to replace, it seems to be number 11, Chris Gran.
Yep, Chris Gran will come off, replaced by Effie Restrepo. Edelson gets a foot into it. Pavlak wins the header. Back into the middle circle. Touchdown by McNaughton. Played toward Restrepo. He leaves it behind as the attackers control as Greif works around Jordan Goals. Played out of bounds off of goals. It'll be a throw-in for North Park in their offensive third. Boy, Noah. Sure seems that North Park has had offensive possession in the second half for the Thunder, down by 2. That's not the recipe for success. They want to come back as there's a ball chipped in toward the top of the 6. It hits once against the turf and sails through. Daywood gets to it, working around Jaspers, but Jaspers cuts him off. Jaspers wins the ball. Nathan approaches, still dribbles. Jaspers still dribbling, now punches it through to goal. Slide tackle attempted to the feet of Martin it goes. He looks for Russo, headed away by Kinhammer, the junior midfielder. 2 goals to his credit. Musgraves has it now. He dribbles off a shin. Now to Martin. Martin plays near sideline. Parr stops, turns, gives Russo. He's got Green in front of him. Russo wanted to roll a pass in, but he just misstruck it. Rolled right underneath his foot and rolled about 3 yards before he had to get it back. Cleared away by North Park out of bounds. Throw-in coming for the Thunder. They want to come and take this throw as Blackman. Nope, is Parr. Parr fires it in. Top of the 6. Headed away. Out of bounds. Goal kick. Jordan Goals was the one closest to it. Misfired.
Definitely right there, the Thunder strikers bringing in a little bit more what they should be doing in terms of offense. Bringing it in through the middle. Those were just a little few missteps that could have earned them maybe a second goal right here with 20 minutes left to go in the second half.
Like you say, 20 minutes, still plenty of time to get 2 goals back. Although it won't be difficult against this feisty North Park team. Slide tackle effectively made Daywood. North Park controls defensive half. Played along near side touchline to Peterson. Wouldn't you know it, Pavlak's right on top of him and wins the ball away. However, North Park still punches in top of 18. Russo shoulders a pass down from Weaver and plays to Jaspers, giving to Goals. Goals shoved off the ball and effective by Greif. And works down. Jaspers falls to the turf. The ball is loose and it sails over the out-of-bounds stripe. Throw-in coming for the Vikings. Under 20 minutes remaining in the ball game.
Number 17, Robin Hall's coming back in for the second half, replacing number 37, Mark Fodstad, who's played a good game, but probably not as effective as Robin Halls could have.
Number 3, Adam Blackman.
So Adam Blackman will return, as does Robin Halls. Blackman playing that far side attacker position, as Jordan Goals will have to sprint across the field as Blackman's replacing Jordan Goals, the sophomore. Jordan's really played effective minutes in this game. It's really good to see his size and quickness back onto the field in the attacking half for the Thunder. North Park controls attacking third, just on the edge. Bring it in toward the top of the 18. Jaspers got in front of that. Russo did. And now Russo falls hard to the ground. Foul called against the Vikings.
And that was off of Greif, who was we call a stout player, really feisty in terms of ball control, but especially defense. He's been giving Jordan Goals quite a run for his money up in that left, on the far side of the field in the attacking half for the Thunder.
Goals helps a header off the free kick to Musgraves, now punched in far sideline, tracking it down. Weaver, a left foot cross in, comes toward the goal. Goals helps it. Goal! Score! Thunder!
Jimmy, that off the left, far side of the field. Beautiful crossover, straight in for Drew Goals. Beautiful little flick into the net. This is exactly what the Thunder needs to just give them the leg up to even out this score. Bringing it up to 2 goals for the Thunder against 3 for the Vikings. Beautiful play, beautiful execution on top and part of the Thunder. Judah, that is exactly what the Thunder should be doing a lot more. Getting those crosses over and being able to connect with them in the middle, right there in the box.
For Drew Goals, his 6th goal of the year. Corey Weaver picks up the assist. North Park now controls far sideline, but out of bounds. The Thunder will get it back. They're within a 1 goal of 3-2. North Park still with the advantage. Right now the advantage lying in that second half goal. That scored header by Kinheimer. It's played far sideline. North Park will have a throw in. 18 minutes coming up remaining in regulation from Joe Bean. Alongside Noah Pickens, I'm Judah Newby. Pleased to be with you for this very competitive soccer game between North Park and Wheaton on WETN Radio 88.1 and WETN TV.
You know, we were just talking during the halftime about the Vikings in terms of why have they gotten 5 draws next to their 6 wins but no losses. We're just kind of coming to the conclusion that the Vikings just cannot finish a game, especially in terms of the team against the team that is giving them a lot of just heckling them throughout the whole game. So this could be very good for the Thunder. If they can even this out with the Vikings will not be able to kind of top that draw off.
Well, they've definitely experienced teams coming back on them before. That's one of the results of these 5 draws. Referee blows his whistle, stops some play, talking to some players. Now he's pulling over Peterson. This could be big as he brings over 3 North Park players.
Could give him a second yellow.
If Peterson earns his second yellow, he's out. But I think the lead official is aware of that, and he won't do it at a critical moment like this with 17-16 remaining in the ballgame. Although the Wheaton Thunder fans are very much egging him on to do so, he's not going to do it here.
They've all pulled out what looks like yellow cards. They're just, you are definitely right. They're egging him on.
Well, and for good reason.
Yeah, I mean, we could witness, World War III coming up here from, the benches of the Vikings if they lose their key player on the field.
And substitution now will come into the game. No cautions were awarded.
Number 11, Chris Cron.
Chris Cron comes back into the game for Coach John Bourne's ball club.
And the fans give them no rest.
And he comes over, and coming out of the game is Peterson. Not sure if that's the result of a second yellow, Noah?
No, he was not given his second yellow. I think we would know if he was given his second yellow.
No.
What I think the coaches are doing is giving him some space, giving him some time so he doesn't earn his second yellow.
Probably a good idea. Ball is played. Now it will be a throw-in for North Park along the midfield stripe. Now the fan sections are getting back and forth. Foul called against the Vikings. Free kick. The Wheaton faithful very much into it. It'll be played back, picked up by a North Park player, and rolled intimately back in the direction of Matt Hussey. 17 minutes remaining. Here we go. Thunder down by a goal, looking to equalize. Punch to the top of the 18. Now played. Martin shoulders one back in the direction of Russo in the attacking half. Russo working around. A man gets cut off. Tackle made. And North Park coming out with a counterattack at the feet of McNaughton. McNaughton plays one near sideline, but out of bounds it will roll. The Thunder will have a throw in as Effie Restrepo, the sophomore forward, couldn't come down with it. Parr will throw it near sideline Musgraves. Musgraves has a man on in Lindmark. Musgraves works around and punches Hussey, plays middle to Russo. Russo, as Restrepo brings in one-man pressure, plays to Weaver, far sideline. He'll move it back to Hussey. Thunder very patient now, trying to get it. Now Jasper's outside the middle circle, plays near sideline as they change direction to Mitchell Parr. Mitchell brings it over, a left-footed little chip toward the direction of Drew Goals. A good chip done. Goals possesses outside the 18. He wanted to chip it onto a cutting Musgraves, but I think he and Musgraves either miscommunicated or Goals misstruck. It's cleaned up by the keeper.
When you only have about 16 minutes left to go, each play in the offense coming from the offensive Thunder matters. Every single play matters. Every shot matters. So it's up to the strikers here to equalize this out. Because this could be it for the Vikings if we can tie this up.
Jaspers rolls one. Musgraves controls. Musgraves as he brings it to the 18. He dribbles, tries to fire a crossing pass, but a beautiful deflection from Pillot.
Corner kick.
It'll be a corner kick for the Thunder as Pillot got in front of that opportunity. Jordan Goals enters from Mitchell Pard, brings some size into that attacking front. It'll be a goal or a corner kick. Weaver and Musgraves near sideline. Thunder down by a goal, 15-10 remain. Weaver's ready. He approaches, he crosses. Header, it's loose in the 6, still loose. A shot is deflected by the defense. They clear it away. They wanted a handball. No handball called. North Park here on the counterattack. They have numbers. Roll at the top of the 18. It's give it a shot. No, getting in front of it first. Now it's rolled to the top of the 18. Still in the box and clearing it away is Musgraves. He gets it toward Jordan Goals, who possesses at the midfield stripe. All the Thunder wanted a handball, but they were fortunate to come out unscathed on the counterattack. Goals possesses, punches. Russo gets it. Jordan Goals works around one defender. He is tackled in the box. He falls down. North Park about to clear. It's into the mixer down to the top of the 18. Cleared with a slide tackle. Weaver possesses near sideline, crosses one into the box, and getting in front of it once again is Pillot. Outside of the 18, the Thunder still trying to attack. Russo the ball at his feet as he brings it back toward the middle circle. Wanted to get it to Musgraves. Pillot intercepted. He helps it along. Back from Pillot to Restrepo to Pillot. Now Restrepo near sideline. Musgraves and Pavlak trying to charge in. 14 minutes remain in the ball game. North Park still advantage of a goal. Restrepo fires across in toward the 18. Weaver gets a right foot into it. It will hit once to the turf, and Restrepo will keep it in play near side corner. Restrepo wanting to cross again. He leaves it for Finland. He tries to bring in a dribble in. A tackle made by Pavlak. Pavlak said not this time, and it's helped on to Drew Goals. He tries to possess near sideline. Whistle blows. Foul called against North Park. Goals will take the indirect. Now he leaves the indirect. It seems to be Matt Hussey who has these opportunities, perhaps another set piece or building back to front. Hussey quickly takes. He plays near sideline Blackman. Blackman looks something to do with it. He tries to roll one into the Goals. Not enough on it. Pillot intercepted again. Restrepo now at his feet. Now a right-footed ball punched back into the Wheaton defensive half. Weaver trying to track it down before Robin Halls gets there. High clearance by Weaver, and it goes out of bounds. North Park will have a throw just on their side of the offensive half, and coming out of the game once again will be Philip Lindmark.
And into the game for the Vikings, number 4, Oscar Jolson coming in for number 30, David Dawood. I wish we could break down the last 2 minutes, and give it some real time to sort of look at what just happened there on the
field. Give it justice.
you wouldn't be able to. This game got to go on, but we have counterattack after a counterattack. I mean, it was ridiculous how you saw the Viking defense just looking for the foul. I mean, we saw 2 players just kind of go hard to the ground off of no contact whatsoever with the Thunder strikers. They're just looking for the fouls just to sort of just take the edge off of the Thunder counterattack. And yet, what a just conversation between both these sides of the field.
Well, that's the nature of the game. That's the nature of the game. Ball's punched around back and forth. Blackman drops it to Hussey. He'll roll it to Martin. Martin has a man on, works around. Martin still dribbling. Now helps it to Jordan Goals, who's double teamed. The ball is taken away by McNaughton. Punches in middle circle. Touched away. Russo meets him at the point of the attack. North Park still wins the ball, looking for a through ball, but it's misguided. No one's there. Ineffective. Seeger cleans it up. Drop kick. Over the middle circle. No one's at home for the Thunder. Instead, it's at the foot of Chris Cron. Played far sideline for Halls. Weaver trying to shoulder him off the ball. Weaver clears it away and out of bounds. Hollins applauds as North Park will still have possession in their attacking half, leading by a goal of 3-2, 11:20 remaining in the contest. A couple more substitutions for the Thunder will come at the next available opportunity. The last couple minutes, like we said, were some of the Thunder's best chances of scoring to tie this game up. It's intercepted, punched into the middle. Goals still in the defensive half. He plays to Blackman as now the Thunder have taken possession. Musgraves has a man on, trying to work around his man. He does for the brief moment. Splits a double team, splits another, works around another man. Musgraves dribbled it into the top of the 18. It was cleared away. Now Martin with a right foot pass to Blackman. Blackman to Russo. Russo sizes up an opportunity, trying to get a through ball into Goals. Goals had it cleared away and over the end line. Corner kick coming up. It was close to being a throw-in deep in the offensive half.
And both Mitchell Parr and number 19, Joey Lynn, coming in for Colt Martin. Chad Musgraves coming off the field.
Joey Lynn and Mitchell Parr come into the game. Someone's got to decide it. Dan Pavlak thought he was going to come out, but it's Martin and Musgraves instead. Pavlak still into the game. 10 minutes remain. Here comes the corner kick. Weaver approaches. He's into it. A high ball, far ball. No one's going to get to this one. Lynn trying to check it down. Still in the 18 touches. Now crosses, but it's deflected, and it will be deflected over the end line. Lynn earns another corner kick for the Thunder, this time on the far corner. Under 10 minutes to go from Joe Bean Stadium, a 3-2 lead for the visitors, North Park. Perhaps coming in at the next opportunity will be Jonas Peterson, as he's talking with his head coach.
And bringing in a little bit of the heat for the Vikings. This could be crucial for the Thunder. 9.5 minutes left to go.
Here comes the opportunity. The corner kick from that sideline. Blackman's ready. It gets deflected at the last moment. Still played in that far corner. Blackman was never really able to get it off. There's a ball, right-footed shot toward the right post. It's still in play in the 18, headed away by North Park and out of bounds over the end line. Another corner kick for the Thunder, a third consecutive corner
for the Thunder. This is consecutive.
Blackman touched it to Weaver, and before Blackman was able to cross it back in, North Park deflected it high into the air, so that one never had a chance. But it'll be another corner kick. Weaver and Blackman together. And now the near sideline once again as we're just changing possessions. Can this one perhaps be the equalizer? Weaver has a ball. Here it comes. A header headed high into the air. North Park will clear. Be aware of the counterattack. It's punched in near sideline, but Hussey gets to it and clears it with a right-footed boot. Couple of substitutions now for both sides.
Jason Lawler, number 16, coming in, and also Jonas Peterson.
So Jonas Peterson re-enters,
replacing Robin Halls for the Vikings.
Taking the throw will be Palat at the midfield stripe near sideline. Firing it in. Peterson working against Joey Lynn, who now has the job of marking him up. And Joey Lynn's called for the foul. North Park a free kick from about 25 yards out.
Now Peterson is just drawing those fouls right and left, pushing into Mitchell Parr.
There'll be a free kick taken from here as the clock still rolls from 7:45. Again, 25 yards away, looking to take this kick will be Marcus Fodstad. As Peterson drew the foul against Joey Lynn because Pavlak's out. Fodstad brings in a low liner, cleared away by Russo over the top of the 18. Goals tries to clear it again. Fodstad gets a right foot into it, high into the air, still in the attacking half. Wheaton looks to maintain possession. They fire it in. It's a header back toward the middle circle. Lynn clears with the right foot. Dan Pavlak perhaps going to come back in so he can mark up against Peterson, who came into the game when Pavlak exited. And Joey Lynn had the task. Lynn was called for that foul, but it was rendered. Fortunately for the Thunder, no harm there. However, North Park still possesses in the attacking half. Rolling a ball in is Chris Grahn. Grahn working around a couple of defenders. It's off Weaver and out of bounds. Throw in for North Park. Under 7 minutes remaining in the ball game. North Park looking to improve their record to 7 wins and 5 draws. 2-0-1 in the CCIW. But the Thunder looking to equalize it and perhaps give North Park their first loss of the year. Peterson working around a couple players. Now it's cleared high into the air by Lynn. Header one in toward the middle. Blackman looking to possess. He touches one toward himself, but it's intercepted away by Grahn. Grahn leaves it for Greif. Played back in toward the middle 18. Hussey, though, clears. He feeds Lawler, who just came into the game for the Thunder a couple minutes ago. Lawler firing a right-footed pass in the direction of Adam Blackman in the attacking half. However, the defender for North Park got there first. Goals trying to shoulder around him, and Drew should be careful because he's already had a yellow card to his credit. Foul called against Drew Goals. Coach Giuliano does not agree, and he has definite reason not to. Goals was shoved to the turf. A foul called against the senior. Free kick coming for Sebastian Palat at the midfield stripe. He quickly takes it, trying to get to Peterson as Lynn marks up against him. Peterson touches one now back toward the middle 18. A ball crossed in toward the middle. Hussey gets to it, though, at the top of the 6. Clears it high into the air. It's a lot of spin on it, and this spin nearly kept it in play for a couple. It goes out of bounds. Palat will take a throw-in in the attacking half. 5 minutes, 36 seconds remain in the ball game. A 3-2 lead for North Park. Peterson called for a foul, and a free kick will come for the Thunder. Peterson called for pushing off. A similar call that Drew Goals was called for just a minute ago. Mitchell Parr now dribbling near sideline. Over the midfield stripe comes Mitchell. Mitchell trying to bounce a pass inside. He knocks it away. Russo tried to clear it. He did. It's out of bounds. North Park will have a throw-in in their defensive half. Chad Musgraves comes over with Coach Giuliano, perhaps to check into the next opportunity. Peterson now trying to track the ball down. Hussey cleared it out of bounds. North Park a throw. 5:02, 5:01, 5 minutes and counting in regulation. Sebastian Palat fires it near sideline. No one's at home, though. Hussey controls. Hussey clears back in toward the middle, looking for Drew Goals, and Jordan Goals is there. Jordan Goals is going to help with a header toward Drew, but it's cleared with a kick high into the air and out of bounds. Wheaton will get back into their offensive half.
Chad Musgraves coming in, number 4, Dan Pavlik coming in, replacing number 19, Joey Lynn.
So Lynn exits. Musgraves is on as well.
With 4.5 minutes left to go, the tension is high between these two teams.
Mitchell Parr exits. Jaspers is in. He fires the ball in toward the middle. Now Blackman is in the 18. He earns another corner as he tried to clear that ball in. Blackman hustles over with the ball. It's over the end line, so the corner will come for the Thunder as Weaver and Blackman near sideline getting ready. 4 minutes remaining in the ball game. The Thunder are down by a goal. They scored a goal to tie it up in the tournament last year in the 90th minute. Here comes the ball. It's in. A header toward the goal. It hit the post. Hit the post. It sailed off, and a save is made. Save is made. Scooped up by Alexander Adelson.
And the goalie will hold on to it.
He boots it away. North Park still leads. Pavlik heads it away. Musgraves foul called against North Park. Free kick coming. Musgraves has it near sideline. Musgraves plays toward Blackman, shouldered off the ball out of bounds. The Thunder will have a throw-in at the midfield stripe. Lawler will have to come over and take it as he just will look to punch it down. Now he'll just rifle one high into the air. Drew Goals trying to win a header. He helps it on in the direction of Jordan Goals, who plays it back in toward the middle of the 18. Jasper shoveled hard to the turf. No foul called in the middle of the 18, and it's cleared away. Oh, that would have been a penalty kick awarded for the Thunder as Seeger is forced to clear away. And coming on now, Pavlik gets to the ball before North Park can. It's still in the defensive half of the Thunder as Jason Lawler chips it back in the direction of Jaspers. Jaspers touches away to himself. He's back into the 18. North Park, there's a bunch of blue shirts there, cleared away. And we're 2 minutes, 45 seconds away as Lawler intercepts. Lawler looks to cross in. He does. He crosses one, scoots its way to the top of the 18, cleared for a brief moment. Back over to the midfield stripe it goes. Peterson keeps it and touches his way to Chris Grawn. Chris Grawn waiting. He's got Peterson far side if he wants to cross it to him. Grawn trying to work around a couple. He does. He works around 1 and 2. He's still about 25 yards. He's just trying to waste time here and doing it effectively. 220. He's circling around, circling again, and Grawn still controls. Grawn now fires it, and his pass hits his own player who wasn't looking. Lawler clears for the Thunder. Fires it back over the midfield stripe, trying to track him down as Jordan Goals and working around. Greif touches it away, but Musgraves gets to it. Musgraves in the offensive half, down Drew Goals, punches one. He looked for Jordan Goals, but he went to the other direction as Goals went inside. Drew went outside, playing it to his younger brother. It goes over the end line. It will be a goal kick coming up for North Park University as there's 1 minute and 50 seconds remaining in the ball game. The clock is running, so plenty of time going to be taken off here with this goal kick. The Thunder still trail by a goal at 3-2. The goal kick is taken into the midfield stripe into the Wheaton defensive half with 1:35 remaining. Hussey punches one back in toward the midfield stripe. It gets ricocheted back to Pavlik. Pavlik brings in the defensive half over the midfield stripe to Jaspers. Nathan plays far side Weaver. Weaver looking to roll one somewhere. Feeds Russo in the attacking half. Russo will go toward Adam Blackman, try to shoulder off a man, touched away, possessed by Fodstad for North Park. As Blackman tries to win that ball, Fodstad hit it off his leg and out of bounds. There will be a throw-in for the Thunder. 1:05 remaining in the offensive third. Musgraves rolls one to goals, trying to get it back with a touch to Musgraves, but it was intercepted. Musgraves got it back, though, to Lawler. 1 minute remaining in the game. Drew Goals possesses near sideline. Goals wants to cross. It's a low liner skipping its way into the 18. Back to Drew Goals. He's got it. He can cross again if he wanted. Now he works around a slide tackle, punches in near sideline. It's deflected. It's loose, and it's off of North Park. No, it's still over the end line. A corner kick for the Thunder. The Thunder have a corner kick. 38 seconds remain.
This could be
38 seconds
for this game.
The final offensive opportunity is coming for the Thunder. Weaver's ready. 30 seconds remain. Here it comes. A high boot, a header, deflected by North Park, cleared out of the 18. Getting to it and possessing, touched away, and out of bounds there. 20 seconds remain. The Thunder will have a throw-in in their offensive half. 15 seconds remain in the ball game. They're down by a goal. It's fired into the 18. It's still loose. North Park's going to clear it. Lawler's going to get there. He fires a desperate shot toward the end line. Pavlak heads it away. No one's at home. North Park is going to escape from Joe Bean Stadium with a dramatic final of a 3-2 victory over the Wheaton College Thunder. The North Park University Vikings go to 7-0-5 on the year and 2-0-1 in the CCIW, while the Wheaton College Thunder fall to 500 at 6-6-1 and 0-1 in the CCIW. Noah, what a game.
Oh, man. There was very little space for color commentary throughout that whole game as the action was just back-to-back, counterattack after counterattack, shot after shot, corner kick after corner kick. I mean, I can't wait to see what the numbers are for the corner kicks of the Thunder for this second half, as they had about 3 straight in a row. This game will definitely be very hard to come off of for the Thunder. They've already they've already shut off the scoreboard just to sort of erase that. They usually don't do that. We'll see if we'll be getting an interview with Coach Giuliano after this.
We will indeed. Coach Giuliano will join us for a post-game interview. For the Wheaton Thunder, it's the exact score by which they fell to North Park in the CCIW tournament final a season ago right here at Joe Bean Stadium. 3-2 is the final. North Park comes victorious. It'll undoubtedly be a difficult or perhaps a tough interview for Coach Giuliano to give, but he's on his way up to the press box to give it. The Thunder fall 3-2 here at Joe Bean Stadium, as we'll get stats for you in just a moment as well when we can. 3-2 the final here from Joe Bean. North Park wins it here over the Wheaton College Thunder. And now joining us here for the regular post-game interview will be head coach Mike Giuliano. And Coach, boy, it's a difficult game to get through. How do you describe the way your guys battled tonight?
Well, I think that of the team of North Park's quality, there's 2 things that you're looking for. One is that you play well, and the other one is that you win. And in our sport, those 2 don't always go together. Fortunately, tonight, we got one of the 2. I thought, considering the quality and skill that they have, I thought we played really well. I don't know what the end of the game was, but in the first half, we outshot them and out-corner kicked them and had more dangerous scoring chances. What hurts, to be honest with you, is I thought we'd solved our problems on set pieces. That they scored 2 of their 3 goals on set pieces is pretty painful. I mean, it's something we have to fix and something we thought was fixed. But give them credit, I mean, we made 3 mistakes. And they, think about it. If you think about how many other really exciting, dangerous moments that they have, you're not going to think of very many more. But you thought of 3, and they put all 3 away. So now we got to go take care of business and see if we can get a chance to see this team again come playoff time.
That's exactly right. And, Coach, you mentioned in the broadcast last week that your players were hoping to be a more physical team with teams. And if it was going to be a physical game, your guys knew that coming into this match with North Park. Better to win those 50-50 balls in that first half and possibly the second half as well.
Yeah, I do. I think, it's interesting. We've seen North Park 3 times this year scouting them, and I don't know, they looked a little bored in some of those games, but they didn't look bored at all tonight. And when they need to bring it physically in other ways, they do a really good job. And I thought for a moment we were going to have the sequel to last time we played them on this field, where we were going to score really late, and then hopefully we would change the outcome after that. But step one, we played well against a phenomenal opponent, the team that most people think has the best 5 front runners you'll see in Division III this year. Step two now has to be that we have to finish our chances and we have to take care of the box. The number two thing they heard tonight in the pregame was take care of our box, and they did, and we didn't, and there you go.
Coach, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Really
Judah.
appreciate it. North Park defeats the Thunder 3-2 here at Joe Bean Stadium. As we'll look at some final statistics here from the ball game. Shot total was in favor of the Thunder, 16-8. And the corner kick total, 11-5, also in favor of the Thunder. Goals, Noah, they were scored in the 7th minute by Jason Lawler, in the 26th minute by Eric Kinnehammer. Tied it up the game at 1-1. And then in the 36th minute, Jonas Peterson. That was one of the best goals I think you'll ever see from a collegiate player, as Peterson struck it from about 20 yards out and bended it perfectly within the post.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he had that whole center completely wide open. Now, aside from those other 2 goals, as Coach was talking about, they were set piece goals. And like you said, those are the ones that you can actually work on. When you have a goal taken from the action, that's a different game altogether. But when you're talking about like corner kicks or indirect kicks, those are things that you can actually strategize to work on in practice. So for instance, that second goal in the first half, Seeger was completely taken by surprise, as that goal should have been stopped by his own defense. They were set up, they were lined up to stop it. However, they let it through, and Seeger was taken completely by surprise. And so, like you said, those are things that you can work on in practice to set up a strategy to stop.
The Thunder will next be in action next Wednesday night when they host Carthage College in the second CCIW contest of the year. The women play at 4:30. The men play at 7 right here at Joe Bean Stadium. We'll have that game for you on WETN 88.1 FM as well as WETN cable television. For Noah Pickens, I'm Junior Newby. It was a pleasure to bring you this game, the first contest of the year from the CCIW conference for Wheaton and North Park. They won it by a final count of 3-2 in an eerily similar game, Noah, to what we saw in the CCIW tournament final a season ago. North Park proves victorious. We'll see you Wednesday night right back here at Joe Bean Stadium with the women playing at 4:30, the men at 7. For now, we'll send it back to the Billy Graham Center in Studio A. Here's Wuhao Phelps.